Hello everyone, my name is Hayley Clough and I am here today to talk about how I felt winning my first ever bikini competition. So this is going to be about Pure Elite and let's get started. So what got me started? It's kind of hard to, I can't really remember completely, but all I really remember is going to watch the November show in 2014, watching all the amazing girls up on stage and thinking, I want to do that. Now, I was into the gym and that kind of stuff, but it wasn't necessarily kind of bodybuilding or body manipulation, however you would like to call it. It was more because I enjoyed how they looked on stage, kind of the performance side of things, because that's kind of my background. I've modelled for it's 10 years now, so I kind of found that part exciting, the way that you could express your personality and yourself and show your body by your stage walk and your poses, so that really excited me. So I watched the whole show and yeah, it was mind-opening, you know. I'd never thought about something like that before, and to be honest I kind of had a bad perception of it in a way because of what you see on social media, etc. But Pure Elite is very different. It's bodybuilding, but it's fashionable at the same time, so it's not complete strict mandatory poses, and so you can kind of be yourself, show off your body. Yeah, I don't really know what to say, but it got me excited. So yeah, went home, kind of sat on it for about a week, thinking about it constantly. And I remember saying to Steve, my other half, I was like, I want to do a competition. And he was like, you'll never do a competition. I was like, no, I really, really want to do a competition. And he didn't believe me. He was like, you won't do it. You wouldn't stick to like the nutrition and the training, all that kind of thing. But I had a goal in sight. I knew I wanted to do it and I did it. So yeah, the prep was fine, but it was kind of new to me. So I was dieting. I got very, very, very lean. I wasn't holding that much muscle mass, so I kind of dieted myself too lean in the way that I look back on now. I was very, very happy. I was happy with how I looked, etc. It's just when you look back on yourself, you know, you always criticise how you look personally. So yeah, did the dieting. I was nervous as hell, don't get me wrong. This was just like one of the craziest things I'd ever done. Especially the fact that then I had to go pick a bikini, so that bit was kind of daunting. So yeah, let me think. So I knew I wanted to wear La Diva design. I saw her stand at the show in November and it was just stunning. And I knew, like, everyone was like, oh, it's quite pricey, but you pay for what you get. So if you want quality, you have to pay for it. And if you want to look the best, you know, it makes a big difference. So you're not just judged on your overall physique, you're judged on like your appearance, your presentation, and the presentation comes with what you are wearing and how the colour suits you, the bikini suits you, the shape, the style. So I made sure that that was an investment that I got right. So I went down to see Veronique, who's the designer, and we decided to go for white because I hadn't really seen many white bikinis at that point. She did a fantastic job, got it completely spot on, so I'm super, super happy with what I ended up with. I'll try and add some pictures into the video as we go along, so like pictures, maybe a couple of videos as well. So yeah, bikini was done. I did a photo shoot for her as well, so that was brilliant. And then posing, I just practiced. I was in the studio constantly trying to work it out, watching videos here and there, but you know, I wanted to do something a bit different. I wanted to bring something a bit different to the stage, so I was trying to not copy anything. I was trying to just bring my own style, personality. Wasn't sure how it was going to go, but obviously it paid off in the end, so yeah, I was happy with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and find one of my old posing videos, because I've got loads of them, and I'm going to try and add it into this video so you can see. You'll be able to even see, if you followed me, the progress I've made physique wise as well from watching these videos back. But yeah, posing I found amazing. Like, it's one of my favourite things. I really enjoy it. yeah, it was good. So leading up to the show, there was a lot of advice given out. They hold posing camps, or not posing camps, but camps in general. So you find out a bit about the day. I wasn't actually able to attend it, but you're free to ask questions where needed. So they have like headline sponsors, like for a reason. So if you're unsure, always just use the sponsors because they know the exact criteria that Purely would be looking for. So I didn't really go into the show with many expectations because it was my first show. I just wasn't sure what to expect. So I went in there hoping I would like place, but it was not something that I expected because I think there was 30 something girls in the category and I knew it was going to be tough. First show, didn't want to put too much pressure on myself. But that being said, I am quite competitive and I wanted to bring my best package to the stage, so I was going to obviously try my hardest. So the day was amazing actually. There's bits of it I really remember and bits that kind of blank out because there was so much excitement. What do I remember first? I remember arriving at the show, so I'd already done my hair and makeup. I did it myself because my hair was actually quite short on this show because it was April last year, so my hair was like up to here, so I just straightened it. I thought it might look a bit silly curled, so had it straight, so that was easy. And I did my makeup because I do my makeup quite a lot, so I was quite happy doing it. Although I would advise get your makeup done, it takes stress away and they can colour match you perfection wise. So yeah, I wish I kind of had it done, but it was my first show, so I thought I'm going to try it. So I rocked up to Margate, where it was held, and the first thing I remember is walking in and there was a massive queue for Matt Marsh's stand or stall for signing up for pictures. So I hadn't really thought about it. It wasn't something that I kind of really thought about in detail. So I got in the queue, paid my money, signed it, put my number on there and paid for my pictures. So it's very, very important. It's good to kind of look back and see how you looked on the day. You can then see what you need to work on for maybe your next show or just good memories. So yeah, get your pictures, that's very important. And then I registered, so you get your number, etc. And that's quite exciting. So I'm very, what's the word? I like to be early for things. I'm not a late person, so I got to the show really early. So I was backstage, got myself a spot, went upstairs, found that it was already quite busy, so then went downstairs and waited for my friend Holly Emerson to get there so we could hang out. And I can't really remember so much from here. I remember Holly had a bit of a problem with her makeup, so we had to do a bit of that. But after that kind of stress, we had the athletes meeting and they tell you a bit about the running order, how you walk, the T-walk, etc., and a bit about the day. But again, it was quite a blur, so can't remember that. And at this point, I was feeling quite confident. I looked how I wanted to look. I was very, very lean. Didn't do any of the kind of water manipulations around food because I was so lean. I'm bikini. It's not going to make that much of a difference, to be quite honest, in my opinion. So yeah, I was eating normally backstage. I was still drinking water backstage and I think I had some wine, but not until a bit later in the day before I went on. Had things like chicken, had some rice cakes and jam backstage. That's all I can really remember, to be honest. So yeah, I remember how nervous I felt. It was a feeling that was undescribable. I felt so sick, like completely sick. I was shaking. I kind of went into a zone. Like if someone was talking to me, I wasn't really listening because I was feeling so nervous. And it's something that I would really advise people to try not to work themselves up, because you realise as soon as you step on that stage, them nerves go away. So working yourself up backstage and making it unenjoyable is so unnecessary when you kind of forget it all. You get that adrenaline rush, you're so excited when you come off stage and you think, well, why did I do that to myself? So yeah, one thing I would say is just relax, put some music on, hang out with people backstage, meet friends, take photos, you know, mingle around. just don't work yourself up, because at the end of the day you can only do the best you can do. There's no point of worrying about what someone else looks like or what your posing's like compared to someone else, or if you're not as lean as someone or you're too lean, you know, you don't know what they are looking for. So it is really not worth that stress. You've worked so hard to get there. Everyone's worked so hard to get there. Just enjoy the experience, you know. This is your time to shine. Right, so stage time. So I'm in the queue, waiting to go on stage. Like I said, super nervous. Like, right, I'm back. Sorry, my camera ran out of battery. So I think I was at the stage where I was backstage about to go on for the first time. So this would have been Bikini Babe Tour. So yeah, so nervous, but I step out on stage and it just goes, like, gone. And I was saying, like, I should be used to it because obviously I've done runway before. I've modelled for 10 years now, so I've done a mixture of different pieces, but it's a different kind of thing. Like, you're not being judged on what you're wearing particularly, you're being judged on how you look, how you present yourself. It's about you rather than the clothes, although the bikini comes in, but it's different. So yeah, I mean, it flashed by, but I felt like I performed. I'll try and put a little video in. Be nice to me, it was my first show. Yeah, it was like a whirlwind. I just remember me doing my T-walk and standing in the back, and I remember saying to myself, just keep on moving. Like, don't stand there holding a pose, don't stand still, you just gotta move. Make sure that you're doing something to draw the eyes over. So I had that in my head, kept on moving. We all got called forward for like a pose down, I believe it was. I feel like we were on stage for at least half an hour, and I think from the video footage actually it was about 35 minutes, so it was a long time, but it was so much fun. Like, I really enjoyed it, and I remember coming off stage and I was just absolutely buzzing. It was so much fun. Like, I really enjoyed it. And at that point I then had some sweeties, which I think I had a few too many because I ended up with this vein popping out of my forehead, which looked awful. You could see it in some of the pictures from Matt Marsh. Like, the vein was insane. Yeah, so buzzing, but I still had another round to go, so I entered the model theme wear round. I wasn't very imaginative. I did go as an angel. That was fun as well. It was more just to have a laugh, to get some more stage time, get some more confidence, etc. So did that. It was a bit different to the bikini round, a bit harder to move when you have these wings on your back, so if I can find a picture of that as well, I'll pop it in. So yeah, let's say all that's done. Backstage, quite nervous, sitting there with my friends. Everyone's nervous but excited, having a good time, waiting for the results. I mean, I didn't know how I performed. I purposely didn't go from behind backstage at that point because I had friends and family out there and my boyfriend, and I just didn't want to know. Like, I didn't want to hear any kind of critique, or I didn't want to hear it. I know it sounds stupid, you should go for support, but I was so nervous at that point. I was like, I'm just going to keep it to myself. Yeah, and then it was results time, so it was quite a long day, but you're just chatting most of the time, so it does go quick. Yeah, so results. Nervous, excited, but more nervous. I think everyone's really nervous at that point. So we all get called out, and we're all standing at the back of the stage, and you just feel your heart like thumping out of your chest, like it's crazy. And I remember they started, I think they went from 5th place, so called the 5th go out, then the 4th go out, then the 3rd go out, and I'm thinking, oh my god, I'm not gonna place. Like, you get that feeling, it's like, oh. And then a 2nd place, and I'm like, it's not gonna be me. I was like, there's no way, there's absolutely no way. And then 1st place, Hayley Clough, and I'm like, I actually swore. You can kind of see it on the video, but you can't hear it, but I'm like, I was so gobsmacked. I can't even tell you, like, I was not expecting it at all. Like, I just wanted to cry. It was like the weirdest feeling. Like, I kind of went numb. So shocked. Like, I can't explain it, how I felt. Just so overwhelming. And at that point, I didn't necessarily feel happiness because I was so shocked. It was like shell shock. Like, it was weird. So then I come off stage, really don't know what's happened, and I'm sitting there on the stairs, and my friend Holly comes over to me and she's like, you should be excited, you should be happy, like, what's wrong? And I'm just like, I don't know, like this, like, I'm speechless. I'm just sitting there and I'm like, I don't know what's just happened, really don't know what's just happened. And I just sat there nervous, waiting to go back on again, because when you win bikini, so I won bikini tall, but obviously there was a winner of bikini short, and then you have to go back on stage, and then they do, I think there's, do they do the effect first? I can't remember. And then they do a bikini overall winner. So had to wait there. So I was just sitting there like speechless, excited but not excited, don't know how to explain it. Anyway, so I go back on stage, I'm standing at the back, just like already kind of overwhelmed that I even won my category. And then I was announced the overall bikini winner, which at that point I'm just like, me, so surprised. Like, it was just weird. I mean, I hope I can find part of the footage, because you'll see on my face how surprised I am, and I've got the most brilliant picture, which some of you may have seen, from Matt Marsh, my face at one point in this, and it's just, you can see how overwhelmed I am. So yeah. So there's me thinking it's over, thinking it's done, but no. Apparently, then they do like an overall female winner of the show across all categories, and an overall male of the show across all the different categories. And there was some seriously amazing people. So, you know, I didn't know what to think. I'm just sitting there again, waiting to go back on with all the other amazing ladies. And yeah, I went back on. Standing there with, I don't know how many girls, 8, 9, I'm not sure, I can't really remember. And they announced me the overall winner of the show, which to me was just like unbelievable. Like, it's a feeling I'll never be able to completely remember, because it was in the moment. I just remember at the time I just really wanted to cry. Like, I like wanted to bawl my eyes out. I was just like, this is crazy, like so crazy. And this is the point that Matt Marsh took the photo, which is so hilarious, of me getting my tiara put on, holding this like FIFA World Cup thing, which was my trophy, which I need to show you actually. I'm gonna go grab them in a minute. And my face is just like, so funny. What happened? Like, it was just unbelievable. I can't explain it. It was probably the best feeling I'd probably ever had. So yeah, I don't know how to explain it other than gonna show you this picture, and it should sum up all of those emotions and feelings right there. And it was crazy. After that, I come off stage, I had this massive check that I lost that Stuart has still. I believe you said you still have it, Stuart, so don't go spending my money. Jokes, because I've already spent it. Yeah, then you go out the front to have pictures taken and stuff, and I had pictures taken and all that kind of thing. And then you're gonna laugh at this, I'm just gonna have to say it. So I was starving at this point, so I had my tiara on, looking all glam, brown tiara. I went through Burger King drive-thru in my tiara, also glamorous, looked so happy about it, and got myself a big fat burger. I've got photo evidence somewhere of this, which is hilarious. Like, people bring it up all the time, the fact that I actually went through the drive-thru with it on. But yeah, that was funny, but it was worth it. And I can't really remember much from then. It's just like a blur, it's a complete blur. So don't know what to say to you guys. It was fun. You need to do it, you need to experience it. I mean, like I said, you're never going to really remember how you felt at that one point, because time moves on. You'll never be able to feel that same emotion, but you can kind of see it captured in some of the pictures that I'll show you and the videos. Before I go, so I'm going to go show you my like trophies, because I completely forgot to bring it up, so give me 1 second. It's me again. This is my crown. Can't see if you can see it, but I'm getting it in there. Yep, I did go through the drive-through like this, but what up? Who cares? Let's just adjust this a little bit. Okay, so let's get started. Bikini Babe tool. Probably can't see that. My first trophy. Overall Bikini Babe. So, obviously I had to have these both on stage with me, so I was carrying these around. Cute trophies though, right? And I think everyone got one of these, so this is just my medal. And it says April on it. I'm not going to be able to see that, let me just... Too shiny. And then, do you want to see the bad boy? This is hench. I have it in my living room, which is quite funny. Oh, 2 seconds. Ta-da! My FIFA World Cup! Ta-da! FIFA! Could drink out of this, but... I'm being silly. So, yeah, I have 3 beautiful trophies from my first ever show. Funny, right? To me it's like normal now, which is really, really weird because it was near enough a year ago today. Because it becomes normal, but at the time I just remember it wasn't normal. It was craziness, it was excitement, it was overwhelmed. It was the best feeling ever, and even coming home, like my family, they were all like so proud, so shocked. I think everyone was really shocked, to be fair, because I'd never done something like that before. It was completely new, and even just to win my category, but with what happened on the day, it's... Again, look, I can't even speak, like I'm speechless, so all I gotta say is it changed my life. Like, I say it to Stuart and Janine all the time, like, it's something that I'll always remember. I'll always have a huge, huge amount of respect for the both of them for what they've done, setting up these shows, the way they treat the athletes, just everything in general. It's something that will always hold like a hugely deep place in my heart, which is why I always come to the shows or do bits and bobs here and there. And it led to other things, which maybe wouldn't have happened, would have happened, who knows, like you don't know, do you? But it was a big thing for me, and it was one of my hugest highlights of 2015, and one of the hugest highlights ever, actually. The fact that I did that and I achieved my goals and then some. It was way overachieving my goals, to be honest. So yeah, if you're thinking of competing, don't hesitate, just try it. Even if you don't like it, you've tried it, it's done. It's not for everyone, but you know, it's so much fun, the people you meet, everything. So, you know, this is from me. I hope you liked the story or found some insight or something. I haven't shared that before, so it was my first video, but I wish I did it sooner so I could have really given you a bit more of the emotion of how I was feeling on the day, because I'm so forgetful. But yeah, so lots of love. I love you, Pure Elite, and to the Pure Elite family, lots of love.